Hi there, and good afternoon to you, and welcome once again to A Thought or Two. I've actually looked forward to sitting down here and meeting with you and sharing a thought or two. There's a quite a bit of them that I can share with you. There's a lot of different experiences and life lived here. And if I could share a thought or two with you that can help you to navigate around some of those, in Chicago we have a lot of what we call potholes, and not fall into some of those things and make life a little easier, that's all the better. What I want to talk to you about today is I just want you to help those of you that don't realize it, that this is not a perfect world that we live in. Everything is not perfect or just made to work just fine for you. Some of us expect that. I don't know why, because it's never going to be that way, and you're only working against yourself. So in talking about this today, I want to just hit upon the fact that if you act this way, you got a problem. And if you have these things coming your way, not to let them bother and affect you. They're all tests. They're all just little tests that can share and help you understand exactly where you are. And what kind of things am I talking about? I'm talking about no perfect world. I don't know if you've ever called somebody at some time and they answer the phone, hello, who's this? All upset and all bothered. It's like, whoa. Well, I don't know who they are or why they do that. In fact, I know a lot of people, they won't answer their phone unless they know whose phone number it is or who's calling them. And I tell, anybody can call me. I don't care who you are, call me. I have no problem with it. So, or how many phone calls come in a day. I simply answer the phone, and if it's not something I'm interested in, I'll say, no, I'm sorry, I can't help you, or I'm not interested. But to get all frustrated and bothered and upset about those kinds of things, it's just to work against yourself, is what you're doing. So knowing that there's no perfect world, it's kind of like when you're out here driving and someone cuts you off, and you're cussing, and you're going to catch up with them, and you're going to, wow. I didn't mean to cut some people off, but I might have gone in front of somebody, and I've seen people get so mad, they're coming at me and trying to, I always said, get the hell out of here. They really, you took something from them. So just to get in front of another person, it's like, hey, give me that back. Don't take my space. It's interesting. I tell you, it's very interesting. So if you act like that, like I said, you want to get rid of that. You want to give that up. Some people get upset and disturbed because you didn't put the cap back on the toothpaste, or you didn't put the toilet seat down. Little simple things like that. I study and I observe it, and I give thought to how much a person is a problem of their own making, that you're creating your own problem. You are basically your problem. And how you deal with these things, how many of us can take a molehill, something small, and make it into a mountain, just blow it way out of proportion. You don't want to do that. I kind of, when I was younger and I was in even in high school, we started high school, but prior to starting high school, I don't know if you've ever heard of what we call signifying. Signifying. It was a game we used to play with each other. We used to call each other all kind of names. More than anything else, we talk about people's mama. That really got it. Your mama's hair so short that you can smell her brain. Or your mama's so short that she can sit on a penny and kick her legs, cross her legs, or when your mama cries, the water runs down her back. She's so cross-eyed. There's all kind of silly stuff, and making the other person mad and upset and bothered So we used to do that, and I used to study how people would get really bothered by some of those things. Actually, someone should be almost able to say anything to you, really, and you wouldn't even work to not let somebody take your peace from you. I mean, it's the most precious thing you have is your peace. You want to maintain that. Don't give that up for anyone. And for you to foolishly give that up and let someone else take control of your mind, that's sad. So someone calls you stupid or dumb or ignorant or whatever they call you, say, okay, well, that's your opinion, or thank you, any one of those things. But you don't let it affect you. You deal with it almost like water running off of a duck's back. I mean, the insults or the things like that. You just let all of that run off. But if there might be some truth in what they're saying, they're kind of mixing the two together. That's when you pull out your sifter. Their sifter. That's where you pour all the stuff in it, and you shake it, and you let the good stuff come through, and you throw the bad away. Just simply deal it like that. That's a good way to deal with that, and learn from it, but leave the rest of it alone. Oftentimes, when people say things to you or do things, it's to get you upset. It's to bother you. It's to get at you, and when you fall into that trap, you're doing actually their will and not your own. And when you do their will instead of your own, you're hurting yourself on top of it. So that's why you want to learn how to be master of yourself. That's why I talked before about this thing here, the power that you have there, and learning how to use that thing effectively to where it serves you. That's why it's there. It's there to serve you. And if you don't get it to where it's serving you, you can't benefit your family or those that you love or anybody else. You've got to get it to where it's doing right by you. It's if I'm not using this thing upstairs effectively, not only do I suffer, but all those around me. So when I go out and I gotta have a drink, and then just one more. I mean, one more is not gonna hurt nobody. Okay. Okay. Well, I know it's about time for me to go, but let me just have one more, and then I'll get out of here. Okay. Oh, you want to buy me a drink? Oh, okay, one more. And to the degree that you don't use this thing effectively, and you're getting yourself drunk or mixed up. If you don't mess up your family life, or run over somebody and take someone's life, or just destroy your liver, and I'm just speaking about this thing called drinking. I'm proud. I'm proud of the fact that I've never drank. I'm not saying I've never tasted any alcohol, because I have. I remember when I first tasted a beer. I'm over 80 years young, and I doubt in my lifetime if you could fill up one bottle of beer with how much beer I've drank in that time. I think it's some nasty tasting stuff, to be honest with you. And I guess what I kind of learned as I was coming up, there were when I would see people falling down and not knowing where they're going and where they left their car and throwing up on themselves, I'm saying, "Oh, wait a minute! I don't need to do that." So, just by observing and watching, I never got into that. And speaking about drinking, let me go ahead and go to the next one too, and get it out of the way real quick. Smoking, I remember, by the way, every one of you've done this. There is no one who ever took a cigarette, lit it for the first time, put it to their mouth, and said, "Ah, man, that is great." Every single person who ever took a cigarette, put it to their mouth, did. Their body was telling them right off the bat, "Hey, I don't like this and don't want it." But they say, oh no, you're gonna get this. You're gonna take this, and you're gonna get to like this, and you're gonna accept this because it's cool and everybody else is doing it, and we're gonna do it too. And that's how you got yourself into this predicament. Those of you that have, to where you can't do without it. You can't do without this thing that's killing you. Anyway, I started off talking about it's not a perfect world. So that's the reason for the opportunities that you get on a daily basis to perfect yourself. You know, every time, or the person you have around you, or people around you, or whatever the case might be, someone is talking about you or calling you stupid or dumb or you can't do it, or whatever they're telling you, they're working on your behalf. They're giving you the opportunity to grow, to master it, to get to where it has no effect on you. What did I say before? To where it does not compute. And that's a beautiful place to be. I like being where I'm at, but believe me, I have no intentions of remaining here. On a daily basis, I do all I can in terms of the various books that I read, or videos that I might watch, or whatever the case might be, to take this to another level, take it further. I suggest you do the same. In fact, I will be sharing with you some of the best books to read, some of the best things to do in order to become your own person. Your own person. I'll share this with you too. When I talked about on a previous talk, I mentioned something about taking yourself out of a box. Anybody that does not work to get you to where they are and beyond, they're truly not servicing you. They're not giving you all they can give you. And that's what I hope to do. If I can share something here with you and help you get to where you can get to where you know more than I do, and share something with me, then hey, I'd love every single bit of that. But there's nothing I know, or God, or whatever the case may be, that I won't give you. So there won't be no secrets. No secrets. Just doing all I can to help you become your very best. Your very best. I like that. And we'll talk more about that too, in terms of you being your very best. But for right now, that's just a thought or two. I look forward to seeing you next time. Hope I said something that's a little bit of help to you. If not, I'll just try harder. Meanwhile, you have yourself a great one. Bye now.